Hello everyone, my name is Fatima and welcome back to the Race Edit. And if you're new here, welcome to the Race Edit and welcome to a new video. And if you're listening on audio, welcome to a new pod episode. I'm so excited for today. I'm so excited to talk about this because this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a time now, and that is Aston Martin Aramco F1 Team. Now, I actually don't talk about Aston Martin that much in my videos because this has not been their best season right now. So I feel like I tend to gloss over them quite a bit whenever I'm doing my race recaps, but they are a team that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while now, and I've just got the push to finally make the video. And if you're thinking this is a video about Lance Stroll or Fernando Alonso or just the team racing right now, you're wrong. This is more so, it actually has nothing to do with what's going on with Aston Martin internally, with their car and their drivers, but it actually has everything to do with their fan service and how fantastic Aston Martin has been when it comes to social media and their audience and incorporating the two. I'm so excited to talk about this because, like I said, it's been on my mind for pretty much since the start of the year. And with Silverstone, their home race coming up this weekend, I thought no better time to do it than now. And let's just step right into it. So, as I mentioned, this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for so long. And as I said, the Silverstone coming up this weekend, and with their fan made launch, it's really what lit the fire up underneath me to make this video. So I'm going to talk about 6 things that Aston Martin has done really in the past year that have really stuck out to me when it comes to their fans and their audience and their team as a whole. Starting with number 1, which is their TikTok account. Now, Aston Martin knows social media. Their team TikTok account is truly 10 out of 10 in my opinion. They understand this era of Formula One that we're in and the way fans are moving, and they're able to seamlessly move with the fans and incorporate their brand into their social media and into their audience without it being too cringe, in my opinion. They were one of the first teams that I think I followed on TikTok, and that's just because they kept coming up on my algorithm with any trending sounds that were happening. And I guess, of course, that does make sense because they are partnered with TikTok. This happened in 2021. And truly, what a genius move that was, because I mean, it worked on me. I kept seeing them pop up and I was like, let me follow Aston Martin. You know what? I try and and this is my personal TikTok account, not even the race edit account where I follow all the Formula One teams. So this is even my own personal TikTok account where I'm like, you know what? Why not? I enjoy their content. I think it's fun and it gives us a different side of the drivers as well. The second thing that really, really caught my eye and what made me want to make this video way back, and I want to say the end of last year, earlier this year, is the Aston Martin Creator Collective and their Creator Collective search that they did again on TikTok. And this was really and truly a UK talent search in collaboration with TikTok to find, nurture, and showcase 5 new content creators. So really, these creators would have access to the inner workings of F1. They would receive membership and have exclusive access to experiences such as, I guess, F1 75 Live, as we saw. They've been able to go to races with Aston Martin. They've been able to have access to the paddock. And what's really cool about all of this is that the creators that they found all have such unique niches, but what brings them together is their love for Formula One, and they've really been able to showcase that some more with this creative collective that Aston Martin has started. And so with the backing of the team, they've been able to, as in the words of Aston Martin, tell the Formula One story in their own unique and inspiring ways. And we've been able to see that, and it's so fascinating, and it's so cool to see a team really take in on the fact that we are in a social media boom, and the way Formula One is being spread to fans is not just through your typical media PR, it's but through the fans. A lot of people are getting into the sport because of what they're seeing on social media, and there's so many different ways to utilize that, and they are doing it exactly right. And I just have to say, shout out to them for that. It's really cool to see, I guess, your peers be able to get recognized by teams such as Aston Martin and be able to grow their content and build their own career off of this as well. It's really sick. So the third way that Aston Martin has captivated my attention this year was actually during the Formula 175 livery launch. And don't get me wrong, every team did their thing. This livery reveal was a big deal for every team. However, when it comes to my top 3 for the livery launches this year, aside from the cars, but for the presentation, Aston Martin is up there in my top 3. I mean, they had a James Bond themed entrance, they had an orchestra behind them, and they had Thames. How can you beat Thames? How can you beat Thames? Talk about just knowing your audience. Talk about knowing where Formula One stands right now in pop culture. Yes, it is a sport first and foremost, and the car is of the utmost importance. Like, let's be for real, we need that car to be winning races. However, it would be really wrong to ignore the fact that we are in a Formula One cultural boom right now. And I mentioned that in my previous video. And with having a Grammy Award winning artist like Thames be the musical guest in your livery launch, it just proves that Aston Martin is one, not here to play when it comes to making a stamp in the world, when it comes to pop culture. Like, the name Aston Martin itself is already like up there. You know Aston Martin. And then coming into Formula One, it adds more je ne sais quoi, I guess, to their brand, and then adding in what pop culture boom we're in right now, and adding in Grammy Award winning singer to be there when you're presenting the livery of your car. Like, I'm just saying, when given the opportunity to become a title contending team, which they are working towards, as we've seen with the signings that they've done, i.e. Adrian Newey, I do believe that they will be a force to be reckoned with, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to navigate their drivers in this new era of Aston Martin, which is something that I will talk about in a later video, but right now this is all about fan culture and Aston Martin. I cannot lie, they really, right now, I think are doing everything right when it comes to incorporating the team brand and fan culture and Formula One all together. Now, the fourth way that they've captivated my attention this year, I mean, I just feel like with every single point, I'm just like, this team is insane. Like, obviously they have the financial backing to be able to do all of this. They just got it. They just got it. So back in February, it was announced that Aston Martin would have a multi-year partnership with the British skincare brand Elmer's, and this is important for a multitude of reasons. One, yes, I do believe that everyone should care about their skincare, and that skincare really shouldn't be a gender thing. Yes. But two, they're understanding the growth of the Formula One. They're understanding the growth of the Formula One fan base. We know that the demographic for skincare does weigh heavier on the female side, but in this announcement, they provided the latest study which suggests that 41% of F1 fans are women, and that the fastest growing fan base is women aged between 16 to 24. And so for so long, female Formula One fans have been yearning for more partnerships, for more merch that's not just your typical clothing partnerships or your beverage partnerships, but for something different, like, let's mix it up a little bit. And with them doing this, it really shows that they are hearing their audience and they are hearing fans, and they're trying to cater to all audiences and not just a specific demographic. But this is just another partnership that shows that when teams listen, people really care and they actually get invested in what you're doing as a team. And I'm seeing that more and more, especially as of this past week, with people who aren't necessarily Aston Martin fans who are paying attention to the team in probably ways that they weren't expecting, but maybe they were because they're doing all these brand deals and partnerships, right? Now, when we look at the fifth reason why they've caught my attention over the past year, it is their I am drops. This is like the big one that kind of catapults into my sixth reason as well. But first of all, the I am drops. What a great play on their name, first and foremost. But the I am drops really allows fans to access the world of Aston Martin F1, where they can get access to exclusive content with these drops. And I truly do believe that this is something that actually makes them stand out more particularly compared to the other teams in the sports. Now, every team does something kind of similar to this, but Aston Martin's very intentional with how they've been doing these drops and what they've been bringing to different races when it comes to these drops as well. This sounds like Aston Martin promo, which is so funny because you guys already know it's not Aston Martin promo. I'm shocked that I'm even like speaking about them like this, because I've never really spoken about Aston Martin in like that much, to be honest. Like, we already know me and Alonso, spoken about Alonso. I've spoken about Lance Stroll. You guys know I'm low-key a Lance Stroll truther. However, let's just get right back into their I am drops. So they decided, after the success that they had with Thames at the F1 livery launch, I guess they realized that like Formula One is pop culture. it's part of it is pop culture. No matter how much people try and gatekeep the sport, it is pop culture. As we know, we have a whole movie out right now. We have the Netflix show. Cadillac's doing a documentary apparently for when they're joining the team. Like, there's just so much going on that it would be wrong to ignore the fact that it would be wrong to just not even jump on this as a team, to be honest. And I think they're one of the few teams who are not even just one up. They are like the only team who's jumping on it like at the right time and is not delayed in this movement that we're in right now. Since they had the success with Thames, the team is deliberately making these cultural crossovers as part of, I guess, their philosophy, really. So the first drop that they had was with none other than the Rolling Stones, which makes sense. British, or English. I'm Canadian, I don't know. But they had co-branded merchandise. They had a co-branded merchandise collection at the Rolling Stone store in London. But their IM members did have priority access to this. And then they had Miami, which is, well, I mean, it's Miami. If you're going to go all out for any race, Miami's up there with a handful of races to go all out for. So what they did with Miami is they did so much in Miami, first and foremost. As I was doing my research, I was like, whoa, maybe I should have gone to the Miami Grand Prix. They incorporated Miami culture with F1 by one. They had a house drop with Miami's music scene. Two, they had Aston Martin Aramco times Dom Dalla. So essentially, I Am members had a chance to get a limited edition t-shirt collab between Aston Martin and Dom Dalla. And then on top of that, with Dom Dalla, they had a secret party. So essentially, there was a headlining act who was none other than Dom Dalla, which makes sense because of their collab. And again, I Am members had access to that as well. And then the fourth thing that they did was the car meet in Miami, which, I mean, we all know that Miami is actually a cultural hub for cars. The first time I understood that was not to sound, guys, confession, how I got into cars was really and truly Fast and Furious, and this was many, many years ago. But that is what got me into cars, as it should. I mean, the whole thing is Fast and Furious. I, at one point, was like, I'm going to be a street racer. No, we're not doing that. But Too Fast, Too Furious, Miami, car culture, it's there. Great film, by the way. I will ride for Fast and Furious. I don't care how bad the movies are. I will ride for Fast and Furious. Okay, cool. How did we get here? Yes, Miami. They had the car meet, which was really sick. I mean, if you're gonna talk about cars, we got Miami, we've got Japan. Where else do we have? I think those two on the Formula One grid are, well, like for street cars and street racing, you have Miami, you have Japan, especially, and then of course, like you have like the Monacos with the classic cars and yada yada. But I think those are two really great hubs to do something like that in, and they chose Miami, which makes sense because everyone was going to do something in Japan, obviously. But they did all of these things in Miami, and it really just, honestly and truly, like, I just do appreciate the fact that they're a team that there was just a little bit of something for everyone there. So it wasn't like you're going to experience where it didn't feel like you could connect to, because there was a little bit of something for each and every single fan. And that's what I found really cool about it. And you could meet so many cool people there as well. Now, I really, 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 really want to talk about what pushed me to make this video. And that is the one thing that everyone's talking about right now. It kind of has like everyone's like eyes on Aston Martin because they're doing something different. They're doing something cool. And it's awesome to see Formula One's teams do something different and do something cool. It just makes me so excited. It makes me so excited as a fan. And that is their fan made launch, which I guess you could say is in collaboration or in relation with their IM vision. So it was announced on June 30th that Aston Martin would be doing a fan-made event launch during their home race weekend, so this weekend at Silverstone. And really, it's just bringing together fans and Aston Martin to shape the future of the sport and have fans be, I guess, co-creators of the Aston Martin story, fan culture, and what the meaning of F1 is. So what is happening with Fan Made? As I mentioned, it will be happening during Silverstone, so this weekend, as it is, again, their home race. And they're doing such awesome things. So they are, yet again, catering to what the audience wants and not what they think that the audience wants. So for instance, from July 4th to 5th, between 10 a.m. to 8 o'clock, they are handing out complimentary Aston Martin Aston Matcha and cookies, which is, come on. Like, come on. You know the matcha craze we're in right now. So like to hone in on that, one point to Aston Martin, like we are in a matcha craze. And I've been loving, and I have a bone to pick with these matcha people because I've been drinking matcha for the past 5 years. And now it's so hard to get some good matcha because everyone's making matcha, but they're not making it right. But the Ashton matcha did look really good. Okay? I have to say that. Additionally, on top of that, what they're saying is when it comes to the fan made drops, they've seen the fan edits, memes, and comments, and they are turning F1 fan TikToks into inspiration for the fan made drops. So, for instance, they're going to have the ultimate Silverstone experience, and that will give fans access to the lawn at the technology campus, which includes the lawn hospitality, tour of the AMR technology campus, a Saturday grandstand ticket, team appearances. There will be after parties with live performances, and many more. Again, different things for different people. It's not just like a one stop all. Is that term? I can't remember. But you know what I mean. But different things for different people, which is really great because sometimes some people don't want to go see live music. Some people just want to sit. Some people just want to have a nice little matcha. You know what I mean? So there's, like I said, different things for different people, and it caters to a wider range of audience, and it doesn't box them in. On top of that, they'll also have the one that I guess kind of blew up, and that is the AMR 25 exact match. I feel like I'm selling something here, but that is the AMR 25 exact match nail gel. So they collabed with Glaze. I think that's what they're called, Glaze, to develop the world's first AMR 25 exact match nail gel. So it literally matches the exact color of the Aston Martin car, which is that green. It's a green, and all I can say is that like if you get it, you get it. This goes back to what I said earlier when it comes to the skincare brand, skincare launch. Like, it's doing different things, and that really stands out. And it's really, if you want to retain your fans, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. And they're doing it right. Finally, and this is something that I just found out, is that they're also going to be doing an outfit of the day, which is where fans can have their own custom piece, which is a Puma pit crew designed by them, and take it back with them. And I just have to say, again, if you get it, you get it. Now, before I close this all off, I do want to do some honorary shoutouts on other things that have caught my attention when it comes to Aston Martin and what they've been doing. So one is their partnership with Realme phone, and this is the team's first co-branded smartphone, and they will be doing more phones with them at the Canadian Grand Prix. They invited Racing Pride there. Additionally, IAM members can win the opportunity to go to races and meet drivers, and we saw that at the Australian Grand Prix. And of course, an honorary shout out to Jessica Hawkins, because Jessica Hawkins, like, what more do I need to say? And all I have to say is, Aston Martin, I love what you guys are doing. I do have a bone to pick with you. My one bone to pick with you is, as a Canadian fan, I know that you're a British team, don't get me wrong, I know, so of course you cater to your English audience, whatever. As a Canadian fan, though, you're owned by a Canadian businessman and you have a Canadian driver on your team. I, too, would love some experiences catered to the Canadian fans. I mean, come on. That is one thing that I've been saying about Aston Martin for the past 2 years. I'm like, come on, give us something. I would love to have access to these cool things as well. Like, I think it would be super sick. I mean, maybe I'm just being a little too greedy or a little too selfish. Like, I don't ask for much, Aston Martin. I really don't. And I support your mission. And, let's have a fan-made drop in Canada next year, huh? Thanks. I'm kidding, but I'm not. But I am. That's really all and truly all I have to say. I do think I would love to see other teams kind of hone into what this as well. Again, I understand Formula One is the sport first, everything second, but it really is the fans that make the sport as well. I mean, people are paying thousands of dollars to go to these races, to get their hotels, for transportation. And like, these experiences make it so much more special as well, for not just the teams, but for the fans as well. And I do enjoy just like people having opportunities to experience these great things. So I do wish more teams would do stuff like this more often. Again, I understand Aston Martin does have the financial backing to do all of this. But it's the little things that matter. It doesn't even have to be big things. It's just the little things that matter. And I really do appreciate the fact that Aston Martin has taken the time to understand the Formula One fan base and where we are right now, and has been able to, I guess, cater to it in a way that I haven't seen other teams do. It really just does start with like a funny little TikTok and a funny little reel, really and truly. And other teams can do that, and they do that. But yeah, that's really and truly all I have to say. Thank you all so much for sitting here and watching this video. If you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. If you like the audio version, please feel free to like and follow. And I will see you all in the next one in Silverstone. Not gonna say anything, but if you know, you know. Thank you all and have a wonderful, wonderful day.